What's up, everybody? This is Martin right here. We are Los Revs. I know Angel's the one that usually starts it, but we're doing something different right now. But anyways,
Why do you sound like that?
it's my throat,
Squeaky
man.
voice.
I feel like I had a deep voice tournament the other day. But anyways, today,
Sound like a little
tonight, this evening, we wanted to talk about a little bit about relationship. It's still February, so love is still in the air, even though we're hashtag forever alone. Well, some of us. But one of the
Love is in
sorry
the air.
about that. Yeah, love is in the air. No, that's pizza, bro. That's pizza.
Es la peste de tu casa, compadre.
But we wanted to talk about a little bit about relationship. This podcast ain't gonna be long, but we wanted to see, sometimes there's Christian couples and what I think some of us have been in a relationship. Have you been in a relationship?
Yes, sir. Well, last one was what, 2013?
Not too long. That's not bad. I always wondered, and I have this question for y'all. I wondered, and I think we all wonder, but I'm gonna ask y'all this question: why Christian couples, being Christian, having the same beliefs, I mean, you would think, it's a match in heaven. Why do they end up breaking up? Like, why do couples end up breaking up being Christian?
I mean, just look at you, man.
Yeah, I guess so, because of that. Because of that too,
I'm
right
playing,
there.
bro.
Because of that too.
Oh, really?
What do y'all believe? What do y'all think?
Esto se quita, pero lo feo no.
Lo feo no se quita.
Y menos esa camisa de México, compadre.
Hey, that's from the play market, chill, dude.
Yeah, man, chill. Nah, but seriously, what do y'all think? What do y'all think?
I think. Y'all wanna go first?
Oh
No,
my god, you were
just
just saying
go.
that.
Yeah, well, isn't it because they think that everything is gonna, since they share the same beliefs, is because they think that it's gonna be like, oh, we're always gonna understand each other well, blah blah blah, everything's gonna be fine, and it turns out that that's not really the case. So I guess they get disappointed in a way.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that they will have like high expectations of how a relation's supposed to be. I would say that sometimes it's the culture that we live in that we stop laughing, man. So I would say like the culture that we live in, that we expect a lot of things, especially after seeing past relationships either in church or like on TV, or what's out there in the social media, where you see a bunch of, I wouldn't say like relationship, but more like adult relationships where it's like married and then divorces and they find somebody else real fast. And I think that culture has already like kind of like manifested in a lot of people, that a lot of especially in our age, where all of us are like 20, 24, 25, 23, and we see that, and it's like, oh, that's kind of like the norm. That is like, okay, so it's like, oh, you could talk to somebody and then you could just talk to somebody else. But I feel like that culture is like, it's grown a lot if you've seen that around.
And I have a question, after Rudy says what he wants to say, but I have a question for you.
All right.
I think one of the things is that people break up is because sometimes they just jump into it because the whole world is doing it, and they just find someone that they feel like they're attracted to, and then they start this relationship with them, and they realize that it's not what the whole world portrays to be, because they see it on social media. They put their highlights of their relationship, so the people inside the church are peer pressure to go into a relationship with someone in church. And that's a bad idea, to go into a relationship. If you go into it in that aspect, then y'all gonna have conflicts, because y'all, the only thing that you're in a relationship with her is because you think she's beautiful, you like her, but you need to get to know the person before you know if she's compatible with you. You can't just go into it just with high expectations and just hope for the best. You have to actually pray about her.
So you know how we're like all Christian men here. So one of the things that they preach to us about is that how can we be in a relationship that somebody that's not a Christian, but most of our lives, basically 90% of our lives are like, we are Christian. Like most of our lives is like towards God, you know. And how can we be in another relationship that's somebody that's not a Christian and put our lives into into their lives? It doesn't mesh well, and we can't relate a lot, and we basically push aside God because we want to be more connected to that one person rather than a relationship with God. So yeah, I mean, even like going with that is that whenever you go into a relationship, and let's say you fall in a relationship with somebody in church, right? And basically what happened to me, right? You fall in a relationship with somebody in church, you start talking to that person, like you say, you get to know that person. All of a sudden, it's like that person is not as they say or they portray for them to be as. Like they post it, you know, they post Bible verses, or they put it on their bio, or they show up on Instagram that they're Christian, like they're really 100% Christian, but behind the scenes, behind everybody, behind parents, behind even the pastors themselves, and the reality is you're not really 100% there. Like you're basically doing everything behind their backs, and you're not really there. And so how can you be in a relationship with somebody that's not really there, somebody that doesn't know themselves, somebody that's just like faking it? If they fake it with their pastors, if they fake it with their family, why would you want to spend somebody for the rest of your life with somebody that doesn't even connect well with their parents or with their pastors? Rather, you're basically marrying somebody that's fake. You know what I'm saying?
And obviously, I don't want the viewers to think that we believe just because you're Christian, a couple doesn't mean that that's an automatic marriage. You know, no, obviously it's a Christian couple, non-Christian couple. It's still a couple. You know, there's gonna be problems, gonna be all of that. You know, but I've always believed, you know, and that's the scary thing about the Christian life. You know, how everybody has different point of views, different how they think and all that, how they live their lives as a Christian. Not everybody lives it the same. Our beliefs might be the same, but not everybody, you know, thinks. Some people think it's right to do certain things. Some people think it's wrong to do other things. My thing, I've always think, you know, to avoid problems, you know, to date someone. I'm not saying you have to, but I'm saying sometimes it's scary because it's you know, it enters your mentality. Oh man, I gotta date someone from my church because every church is different. If I start dating another girl from another church, they may see things that I don't think they're right, you know, and you know, it's scary because if y'all start a relationship, that can be a problem later on. But that's something. But my question was, do you think a solution for a Christian couple not to break up, do you think it's important to treat it like marriage? Like solve y'all's problems, go that far to solve problems, like, hey, we're gonna sit down and be serious and have a serious talk. A lot of people be like, man, why am I gonna have a serious talk? That means that our relationship ain't even working at all. I'd just rather just break it off right now.
Like I want to put in something where on the same question that you said is like, because beforehand I had like a mentality is like, man, like we're having arguments, so I'd rather, you know, just give up about it and just not even worry about it and just like let it be in my head and like not even talk about it no more. But it's still lingering in your head. So it's like I haven't at that time. I was like, forgiveness, you know, like forgiveness and patience with the person is one of the biggest aspects from what I hear from a lot of people that I met who are older, basically 50 years in marriage or 60. They say the biggest ones is being forgiving and being patient with that person. If you don't have those two things, you're not gonna make it like last longer. You could make it last longer, but you're gonna have so many arguments that you're gonna be so stressed in your whole marriage that it's not gonna be beneficial for both of y'all.
Yeah, I agree with that because if you're not forgiving, because most of the times, like, there's always gonna be differences, you know, like someone is not gonna like this thing and the other person's gonna like it like that, and it's pride, you know. Everyone, when you're in a relationship, the other person wants to win all the time. Both of y'all want to win. Both of y'all want to be right. Both of y'all don't want to admit that I messed up, or that, you know, it was your fault, or, you know, they want to blame it at each other. And that's why there's so many conflicts in relationships, because they're not forgiving. Like he was saying, like, if you learn how to forgive and say, you know what, I messed up, and learn how to be humble and admit your flaws, and then start fresh, or, you know, just build things back up together, then you're not gonna make it far, because the other person wants to be right, and the other person wants to be right. When you're in that mentality, then things are not gonna work out, and things are not gonna go far in your relationship, because that's a good quality to have, being forgiving.
I think that in a way, to summarize what you guys just said, it's all about commitment, because you know how love is not only an emotion, but it's also a choice, a decision. Just because you're having these issues with your partner, whether it's your wife or just a girlfriend, like you should be mature enough to put that aside. Because when you're in a relationship and you're like, man, I'm so different to this person, like he was saying earlier, he was like, I believe in some things, even though we're both Christians and we both share the same basic beliefs. She thinks different, I think different. I think it's time to, you know, cut it off, to break up. I think that's a way for us to know how unlike Jesus we are, because even though we're so different to Jesus, he still loves us. So I think that's why we need to imitate him, to love like him, even though we have so many differences.
Yeah, I like what he said. Like, we should definitely like love like God does, because his love is forgiving, you know. Like, we mess up so many. We can all say we are in a relationship with God. We all mess up. We all fail God. We all come short of the glory of God, right? And we all told God, you know, I'm going to do it better. And then we still fall. And God still comes back God still forgives us with open arms. Keep that in your mind with your, you know, your girlfriend, your wife, whoever you're dating with, you know, like, hey, like, if God did it for you, then it's only right you do it with your significant other, you know, and you have to imitate that, you know. In order for a relationship to work out, is you got to be more like God. And like God loved it, you have to be like a relationship like God loved the church. Your relationship, it should be like that with your significant other. You have to have that quality, you know, like love sacrifices, you know, love is forgiving, and love is always you know, loving the other person like yourself, you know. You have to love the other person like if it was your own self, because once you start dating and get serious, you marry that person, you become one with that person, you know. If you don't learn to love them as yourself, then you're not ready. That's, yeah.
This guy is inspired, man.
He's inspired.
No,
Yeah.
boy, you were the one that
No,
said.
I mean, I like what you said, but also another thing, it went away. I'm sorry.
Oh. Are you thinking about the girl you're talking to?
No.
Oh, okay.
But I think
You want to get married or what?
Probably in like a year.
Damn, you give
2
it a
years.
year? You give it 2 years?
Yeah.
you know, a noviazgo or relationship, a boyfriend and girlfriend relationship, you know, sometimes people, especially adults, when they start seeing that you start having problems, it's easy for them to point out, or some adults, it's easy for them to point out, hey, you know, just end it, dude. It's just a relationship. You're not married.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what some friends say.
That's-
Like, some
yeah,
friends
that's
say
true.
that.
I
Yeah.
mean,
And,
true.
well, yeah, exactly. Friends as well.
I think mostly
You know,
friends.
Yeah.
You know, has that ever entered to y'all's mind? Like, it's just a relationship, or are y'all the type of people that, you know what? No, I wanna fight for this. I really want this.
See, if you're not really into that person, you easily say, you know what? You easily listen to those opinions and be like, you know what? They might be right. They might be right, you know, because I mean, if they see that, I also see that, but I'm ignoring it. But I actually see that, you know, and you start having those days of doubt where it's like, even in those days of doubt, that person sees it too. Like, we're all human beings, and we all see each other's like changes, you know, like, what, yesterday you were something, and then today you're something, and then it's because, you know, your friends are giving you this opinions, and then easily you start to step aside, and I mean, it's a dangerous thing, because I mean, it happens, you know, when I don't want to talk about breakups until like, I think the second part of this, but I think more in the line where it's like, we have to talk about the breakup section, but it's like, it's something important to note out that it's dangerous to go into the playing field of breaking up, like especially in a Christian atmosphere, especially when you go out with somebody that's in church. It's super dangerous.
And I think in general, this is what I've always and to the Christian couples out there, I'm not an expert or anything, but I've always believed that, if there's problems between y'all, or if there's something going on, just because you guys are young and in your late teens and all that, doesn't mean that you can't work things out. It's not only for adults. I mean, if you really care for this person, you really like this person, if you really love this person, don't put anything under the rug. Work it out, and that's where you will truly see, and that can be a way for you to avoid a breakup. But that's when you can truly see, what, I don't know, is this gonna work out or not?
Thank you for reminding me what I was gonna say.
So he's stealing it from me. No,
nah, kind of in a way. So you know how, let's say you're in a relationship or you're like someone, right? And you're talking to someone.
Well, yeah, I do like someone.
I know.
Okay.
Me.
No, not you.
Oh, okay. Anyways, and
No
you say, oh, well, in our case that we're guys, oh, I see this girl that she's really committed to Christ, blah blah blah, and then after some time, you start seeing her that she's kind of like walking away from Jesus, or she doesn't go to church, she doesn't want to go to church anymore, and as you said, like all your friends start telling you like, hey, watch out, man, because she's kind of like going away. I think it's time to break up, and you start thinking, yeah, maybe it's time because she's not that committed again. I think instead of breaking up or just like throwing her like out there, I don't know, I think you should go after her. Like if you know that she's messing up, you need to go talk to her, like bring her back to Christ instead of just like
Just like ending it.
Yeah,
Because like I know what you're saying, and I wanna like I said, I want to wait till the breakup, and I'm gonna talk
Just
about it.
go,
in the video.
dude.
No, I want to talk about it at the end because I want to talk about before the breakup even happened.
Oh, okay.
But it's
like a way to avoid it.
huh?
Like a way to avoid
Like
it.
a way to avoid it, but not even. It's like there will be parts where it's like whenever you're gonna know, whenever this person is not even like it sounds mean, right? But it's like for sure it's not the right person. But that's at the breakup stage. But before that, is like you kind of know, or you kind of know who the person really is if by like them, whoever it is, whoever you're talking to, how they talk to their parents, and that's how you know how that person really is. If they're not really respectful to her mom or her dad, then that's how you know that person is really like not. That's how they're gonna respond to you whenever y'all do end up together. And I say this before the breakup stage, is like in a Christian relationship, you have to think marriage. I don't care what anybody says. You have to think about marriage. At the end of the day, marriage is a principle that you have to have in a relationship. And if you don't see that in a person, why are you even gonna be with that person? You're basically just wasting your time.
Preach.
So you're basically just wasting your time, and you're basically saying that that's a person that you're just gonna throw away.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, why you're just basically wasting your time because that's not the person that you're gonna marry if you don't think of that person as in marriage.
Some people just want to test the waters, They just want to let me see if I date her and see if I like her.
Well, what if you don't know how to swim?
Damn.
What if
you
you
don't
those
know
are
how to
boys. Those are boys
Preach.
who go into relationships.
And I get
have a
that.
lifesaver.
Those are boys. Who don't
I
know
like
how to
that. I
swim.
like that. What if you don't know how to swim? What if you don't know yourself? Then
That's
if you don't know
exactly.
yourself.
That's
Or
why
how
if you don't know, if you don't learn to love yourself, you can't learn to love someone else. I mean, you won't be able to learn.
And the Bible doesn't talk about noviazgo, or it doesn't necessarily say
like
that. So
that's a good
how can
point.
you, it's like like you said, I'm gonna use the example. What about if you don't know how to swim? Like, how about if you don't know how to control a relationship or how to handle a relationship? Like, how are you gonna go about that?
I mean, I think there are principles in the Bible for marriage, and since noviazgo, it's like a preparation for marriage. If you know your principles for marriage, I think I'm saying marriage a lot. Then you will know how to handle a relationship.
And now my question is there an example of the Bible for the three of y'all that I can think that, hey, this can help you out in a noviazgo?
I would say, I mean, if only I knew the names, because I used to know the names on this Bible story, but it was
We'll
like
Google it. No.
we'll Google it. Hopefully I Google it. But it was like the story about this woman who was a prostitute, right? and she was a prostitute, and
Rab
So it was,
in Spanish.
but Rab is the woman's name. Is it the woman's name, Rab? So basically, you better be right because I'm gonna be saying Rab. So
Well,
Rab.
which prostitute?
Well, the
There's a lot of 'em.
there's a lot of prostitutes. So
In the
this.
Bible.
So I'm gonna just say this woman, right? So this woman is a prostitute, and she ends up with this guy, right? And the guy is like, "Why, God? Why are you putting me with this woman, right? Why are you putting me in the situation with this woman, even though she's a prostitute?"
Oh, you're talking about Oseas.
Uh,
Yeah, when God told him, go marry this woman.
go marry this
and
woman.
then he goes and do it. And then the
Mhm.
woman starts like, doing her stuff. And
Doing
then
her
he
stuff.
goes back to God and he's
Uh-huh.
like, why are you making
Why are
me
you
do-"
making me?
And at the end, I just went until you finish the story, but that's a guy.
Well, that is. I mean, that's basically how the story goes. Is like you're still being with that person, even though the person is still doing the certain things. But I mean, that's a story for whenever you're married, and it's like, all right, you're
Oseas.
yeah, Oseas. That sounds familiar, but it's like wherever it's like you're in a position where it's like I feel like I need to give up. I feel like
Yeah.
this person is coming back to where she was. But you still have to work it out. Like you still have to like pray to God, talk to God. Like whenever he did, it was talk to God and really make sure where you're at in the position that you're in, and start to remember where you put your feet at. Because if you don't know where your feet at and you don't know yourself, then basically that woman is gonna win you and is gonna like take over you.
But what did God tell the guy at the end? The same way you feel towards this woman is the same way
you're
I
gonna
feel
feel
towards my people.
Mm-hmm.
So in a way, like he was telling him, even though that y'all keep like walking away, I'm still going after y'all. So it was in a way he was telling us like, even though like the woman is going away or walking away, you should keep going after her and after her and after her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I put that like in marriage.
Yeah,
Because
that's
if it
in
was like a
marriage.
relationship, it's
And-
like
and-
if she does something like that,
Yeah.
if she goes with another guy, dude, bro, just leave, bro. Like honestly, just leave. If she
Bro,
goes,
you're
if she,
you're
ta-
talking
what
about
a-
relationship.
I'm
what
talking
a-
before.
Well,
yeah,
he's-
relationship.
That's kind of
Oh,
you can
okay,
tie it up
okay.
to that to
What-
marriage. But go ahead, Rudy.
Oh, no, I
'Cause
was just
look,
gonna
look, I have the story, right? I have the story. So this is what happened with.
Mira, pues que te vaya bien, hija.
Okay, so this is what happened with this pastor. His name is what's his name?
Carlos Gomez.
He's I forgot. We were just listening to him.
Fast and Furious.
No, he used to preach in Lakewood. Do you know who he is? He used to preach in Lakewood.
Marcos.
No,
Oh,
it was a black preacher.
Oh,
TD Jakes?
No, not TD Jakes.
yeah, I know who you're talking about. I know who you're talking about. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Go ahead.
I follow him on Instagram.
Can you describe it?
Creflo Dollar? No, dude. So this preacher, man, I wish I knew his. I keep forgetting. So basically, he cheated on his wife, right? Even after having 2 kids and everything like that. So this preacher literally, now a pastor, literally cheated on his wife, and so we don't know. Nobody knows about the story, like, cause the news doesn't go into more than that. But it's just like he cheated on his wife. And then his wife basically accepted that he cheated and he forgave him for what he did, and still ends up like still loving him. And they had like this 8th year anniversary, and they spent a bunch of money that he even spent like on an expensive car, like John Gray. Yeah, John Gray. Yeah, John Gray. Can you believe that? That's crazy. And I just heard about that like 3 weeks ago. But like he literally did that. But that's what I'm saying is like that's in marriage though. You could do something like that, but in a relationship, if your girl is like cheating on you, like I'll say just bounce, like just leave, bro. Like that's dangerous.
Well, since you're already talking about this, I need you please to go to the juicy part,
What's the juicy part?
the breakup.
No, let Rudy.
The
You got
breakup.
something to say?
Oh no, I was just gonna say what are good reasons to break up with someone. That's one of them. Like,
Exactly.
So break-
That's what I was heading.
When
yeah,
she
like
because
what are good reasons to break up? Like
because a lot of people, they're scared of breaking up because, oh man, I've invested so much time on this person, so much money, so much whatever. You know, sometimes that like the person, your companion, could do something bad, but sometimes you start thinking about the investment that you've done towards that person that.
The investment
You
as
go-
in money.
No, in whatever.
isn't that dependence?
Boy, you make it
no,
sound like
investment
investment.
in love
Yeah,
and time and
Sometimes
money.
a lot of people get blinded by thinking of that they forget what their partner did to them. You know, you know, and you're saying, oh, break up. But what about for those people, you know, that they get blinded by that stuff, you know?
Isn't that dependence when you feel that your life depends on that person? And that's, you know.
Yeah,
bad.
but what I'm like, because you're saying
Do you
like,
think that's a bad? Is that a bad thing?
to what?
Like to be blinded by that stuff?
To be blinded by the investment that you're giving.
Yeah, like let's say
Like they don't want to break up because they think about all that.
Yeah, let's say there's a person that, you know, everybody's telling them, hey man, this person's done all of this to you, you know, cut it off, you know, like.
Well, I mean, do you see potential to make it work, or you know that she definitely doesn't want to be with you?
No, I mean, I'm saying,
if you know that the other person definitely doesn't want to be with you, then why are you gonna keep trying?
Yeah, like why are you gonna put effort into something that the other person doesn't even want to put effort into you? Like what I'm saying is, if somebody doesn't encourage you or somebody doesn't push you to get closer to God, as in like Christian men that we are, and rather they discourage you and push you down and put you further than what God has in plan for you, and you know that's what He has planned for you, and you know that she's pushing you away from it, and then you hear something like, oh, this happened and this certain thing happened. Well, just end it, because at the end of the day, it's gonna hurt you. But when we talk about breakups, it's like, when I'm gonna ask y'all a question: when do you know, or what would you say, or how are you gonna deal with the situation whenever it comes time to, hey, I want to break up with you?
How about we talk about our past? How did we broke up with someone, and why did we break up with someone?
Okay, that's a good.
And then we talk about now, from learning from that, how would you handle it differently, or did you do it like, you know?
That's a better way.
Like on your past, like
you better be real.
Like, why? Because we all been in a relationship, so. Why did you end things, like, and why was it right? Why did you feel like
in my case?
I want Carlos to answer.
I know we're gonna be biased because the other person can't speak their side of you, but like.
No, I mean, in my case, it was different because we broke up because I came here to Houston and she stayed in McAllen in the Valley, so it wasn't really like a bad breakup. Let's just call it a mutual agreement.
A mutual agreement to break up with each other.
Yeah.
Does that even exist? Do you think a mutual breakup exists?
I mean, yeah, I guess.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I think even if it's not a marriage, even if it's just a noviazgo, just, you know, y'all just in a relationship, I think it's important to talk. Like if it's something that it's been for so long already, I think it's really important to talk to other people, to talk to y'all's parents, to her parents or to your parents together though. I think that's a really important thing to do.
I think yeah, I mean, that's right, because I mean, some of the parents know about their daughters. I mean, basically, we're not gonna
because a lot of people may think, oh, that's ridiculous, man. It's not like y'all married or anything, but no, it really isn't. I think, and it doesn't necessarily have to be the parents. It could be a couple that you guys trust or friends that y'all trust, and talk about it. You know, bring out the problems and be like, hey, man, it could be a big time help, really.
Yeah, I mean,
and I'm saying that because, like Rudy said, you know, something about past. I think that's something I would have done different. And obviously, I thought I was communicating more. I thought I was
communicating.
Yeah, but I think I didn't do it enough. So I think if you don't have that experience, if you don't know what to do, it's a good thing to talk to the people. Honestly, don't think that it's ridiculous. You know,
I think that's good because we're so narrowed and focused on you know, our flaws, or, you know, what's going wrong, or, you know, and our relationship, that we got to see it from a different perspective, from a different set of eyes.
From a different set of eyes.
Yeah, a different set of eyes, and say, you know what, you know, because we can be biased, you know, like, because we're biased, but if you see us through someone's eyes, like, they want the best for y'all, they're gonna be like, you know what, you're wrong actually, because that's not
really
how you.
This way.
That's not how you should. That's not how you should talk to her like that. Maybe that's why she's overreacting now, because you treated her like that. Maybe try to be more gentle with her, or maybe don't talk over her. Let her talk. Listen more to her. You know, you got to see it from. You got to bring. That's a good idea. Get advice for someone who has experience or who's been there before.
Like your parents.
Yeah, parents. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, parents, and someone who has been dating with someone for a while or married for a while. because they will know, hey, do this or do that. You can get wisdom from them.
I just want to say something real quick, like just like a small.
Hold on, but are we gonna answer his question?
Oh yeah, it's my question.
So you were saying about how you handled your breakup. How did you handle your breakup?
Did they break up with you, or you broke up, or was it a mutual agreement?
Oh, now you want to say mutual agreement?
Because I think it does.
It does exist.
It was I broke it off, but it's because of the reasons that I just said. It happened. But yeah, I think the lack of
How did it happen?
I think this guy.
People want to know.
I think
people
the
wanna
differences, and it's like I said it in the beginning. I think the differences, it's like, even though we were both Christian, I started noticing, she sees things differently than I do, and so I think it had to do a lot with the churches, and I think the way that we were raised, and even though being Christian, like I said, I think, and that's what I don't want to use the word sucks, but I think that's
It
what
sucks.
that's what kind of sucks, about not. I'm not saying that it sucks being a Christian, but it sucks, being in a Christian relationship because of that. Because there's things that really a lot of people see differently, and you start thinking, no, pues es que my pastor raised me like this. This is the right way. It shouldn't be that way, And it was not little stuff, but it was some stuff.
I think you need to be, not you specifically, but like a little bit more open-minded when it comes to that stuff.
Yeah,
I saying like, hey, you're not violating any biblical principles, so you don't have to be that hard on that person.
Mm-hmm.
So,
See, if you count it on the Bible, it's like at those times you can marry somebody like in a week or 2 or 3 weeks. Like you can marry somebody being young, and that's why they'd be like, si te da ganas de tener sexo con la persona que quieres, marry her already.
I hope
You could easily say that because you could easily say it at that very single time, because you could have been 16 or 17 or 18, 19, and you could like marry her like in 3 weeks or 4 weeks.
I have a question for you, Angel.
Mm-hmm.
You know how in the Old Testament, I think you just said it.
Too many wives or what?
No. Whoa, I wish. Now I'm playing. You know how the parents would choose your bride, your wife?
Uh-huh.
I have a question for
A la
you.
India, okay.
Yeah. Will you let your parents, like nowadays, choose your wife?
I think so. I think to be honest, I think I trust my dad on this certain subject. Yeah.
All right. So why did you break up in your last relationship?
Well, I broke up with my last relationship because it was just more of a line where it's.
Wait. Who broke up with who? Because y'all asked me that. I'm not letting y'all off the hook.
Well, honestly,
off the hook though, because I asked the question.
that one is kind of like it's a complicated answer, but I have to say that the official breakup was me. But at the end of the day, because I wanted to go back, it kind of felt like we were still in a relationship. So she ended it.
So
Why?
In a way, you
Why?
force her.
And why did she end it?
Yeah.
Man, I have so many reasons for why she ended it, but I feel like the main reason, I've been generalizing. Don't be. I won't be detailed, but I've been outspoken about it, and I think I could shorten it for y'all, and for the people, it's just because like if the other person sees interest in other guys, they find interest in other guys. They don't find interest in you. They don't find interest in you. Might as well leave. And if that person isn't really listening to the words that you're saying, like the seriousness in each and every single word, like what the words that I brought up that were pretty serious in a sense where it's like marriage and certain subjects like that, and for the other person to just like those words aren't serious, then absolutely it's like it's easy for that person to just like push it aside and just go with the next guy in line. So that's what happened to in my situation. And that's why I don't want this or a situation like mine to happen to any other person, because and it's a good thing to talk about this whole relationship subject, because it's a dangerous playing field. I always said it. I remember when I was talking to the youth pastor, and I was like, I know the basics on most of the things I know, and I prevent certain things, But where a relationship is so what's it call it?
Complicated.
It's so complicated. It's not like no está todo en la Biblia, and that's why you have to like figure it yourself. But the Bible does state about like how love really is, and that's where the Bible does help you. Is like love is faithful and all that stuff. And I mean, you read that Bible verse yesterday. So I mean, what do you think about it?
He preached or what?
Yeah, he preached about it yesterday.
Oh,
But
I
I
think
was
he
talking
opened.
about what different type of love though. I wasn't talking about
A relationship. Love.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, I guess that I think everybody who has read the Bible knows that passage, 1 Corinthians 13.
Yeah.
That's a very definition of love.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's pretty good. But
So if anybody wants to search what love really means, I mean that's a
1
good.
Corinthians chapter 13.
Mhm.
Rudy, I have a question for you, man. How do you handle your last breakup?
Why did y'all break
Because
up?
I don't even know who you broke up with.
Cause I don't live in this side of town, so you don't know nothing about
Dang.
my past.
All my exes.
we want to know.
I mean, I to think of me when I think about it and look
Does she
back
live in
on
Texas?
it. Huh?
Does she live in Texas?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does
So
she-
all
does
your
she live in
exes do
Houston?
live in Texas.
No, I think
Why
Are you
what the
joking?
like every relationship that I've been. Nah, I'm not gonna say it. But
Man, every relationship. How many relationships you had?
maybe it just I don't know. But I don't want to.
I don't
know.
count.
It doesn't
Yeah,
matter. It doesn't
It
matter.
doesn't count.
You
It
don't
doesn't
count?
matter. It's just that I learned from
It
it. I
matters,
don't
Rudy.
count them. I don't count them.
It does matter, Rudy. It does
Wait.
matter, Rudy.
Go ahead, Rudy. Go
Oh,
ahead.
so I think that like she broke up with me, but I kind of saw it coming, and I think it's because this person, like the reason why this person broke up with me, after knowing a little bit about the details, I figured that she just wanted any reason to break up with me. Like she didn't really like fully was on the train, on this relationship. She was just wanting to find, like, as soon as she went into the relationship, she liked the idea of the relationship, like, oh, I want to be in love. I want to have someone who's a Christian, who respects me and stuff. She wanted that, but then she wasn't ready for it. Like, the reason why I say that is because she didn't learn how to love herself. Yeah, she didn't learn how to be.
She didn't know how to swim.
Independent, she didn't know how to be independent, I guess, or she just wanted, like, as soon as she saw that I was fully committed and that I wanted to go, like, towards the marriage part, like, that's when she kind of like saw, whoa,
I was like,
like,
Wait, so you tried to
she
marry her?
she stopped the brakes, like, showing commitment, like, passion and commitment towards, like, faithfulness and, like, towards that area, she saw that. I guess she wasn't in a relationship like this before in the past, that it kind of scared her, and then she kind of like wasn't like whoa, and that kind of scared her.
You
I didn't abuse her.
Okay.
It's just like, if anything, one reason maybe could be is that she felt like I was too good for her. Because no, and I'm saying this because there's some people out there that break up with someone because they feel like they're not good enough for that person.
So
then again,
you think that it was, but I'm afraid because I think he's too good for me and I don't have something in return.
Did you feel
for
like-
him?
Yeah,
I feel like that's the reason.
Yeah.
Like, she saw that I was investing in it, in this relationship, and that I was really passionate about it, and like wanted to go long in this, in the long run, and she wasn't ready. Like,
Bro,
she hasn't.
that sucks.
So for her, like, she felt like, yeah,
Sí, compadre,
because I
no
was
manches.
respectful to her. I never like anything like.
You never
didn't-
yell at her?
Huh?
Did you ever yell at her? No?
I don't recall, but but I never yelled like a girl. I never yelled at a girl. I'm always
Pero sí a los
respectful.
vatos.
I always try to get an understanding. Always like all that stuff, that a guy, like a girl would wish a guy could do. That girl wasn't ready for that because she told me of her past relationships, and she hasn't been in a relationship with someone who was treating her like that.
How long was that a relationship?
And it was so short.
No.
It was so short.
Ah,
Wait,
that's-
so
I mean,
he
But-
invested so much in 2 months. That's good.
No, I don't know. It's just that I guess she didn't, and it was good.
Es
I'm
que tú
happy.
ya ibas por el matrimonio.
I'm happy that she ended it because like
You got into
Now
crazy.
you found someone else.
because imagine if I would have put like more like money, time, and in this relationship, I would have wasted all that, knowing that in her back of her mind, she wants to find a reason to break up, or she's not sure, and she continues the relationship. She's only
That sounds like Martin.
Imagine buying a ring for her, dude,
And
and that she doesn't want it.
and a lot of people don't like. A lot of people
No,
don't like.
you.
A lot of people don't like hearing when they enter into a relationship. They don't like thinking about marriage, but really you have to be.
Yeah,
thinking
you
about
have
that.
to be thinking
You
about
have to think about
because
it because if you're dating this person, then that means that it's someone that you're willing to marry. Because like Angel said, a relationship, a noviazgo is the path. Is the path to marriage.
Yo, I have a question though.
Yes.
Would you answer this question?
I would.
Okay, so this question is like,
Shoot it.
so if you're in a relationship, like you're basically starting a relationship, you asked her out, right? Would you talk about your ex?
mean,
I
if
feel
she
like
asks-
you
'Cause-
have to before you get into a relationship
Yeah.
because no, the
He's
reason
playing it
why
safe.
I say the reason why is because it can turn the tables once she knows what happened, and then she's gonna be more upset knowing that why didn't you tell me this happened? Like now, like I would have respected you as a man if you told me.
Damn, respect.
Respected you as a man if you
You're
told
the
me before,
man.
but
You're the
you were a
man.
coward and told me
Oh,
after
snap.
you say yes to me. So then that's when
No
it's
mereces
good.
ser llamado hombre.
Yeah, because I feel like
Eres un mamut.
every woman doesn't care about a guy's past as long as they're honest and bring it forth. Bring it in the beginning of before they even start dating, because that's shows courage of him.
Ooh, let me ask another question. I mean, I'm gonna let
Do
you
you
basically
cook?
answer the question, but I'm gonna ask a better question. How about? Well, it's actually not a better question, but the question is, would you go out with somebody that was a convict, like prior history of being in prison, and she's a Christian?
Yeah.
You would?
Because well, never mind. I was just gonna say never.
Bro,
was gonna
just
say
say yes
so.
or no.
No. I was gonna.
Well,
I
yes
had
or
an
no?
Idea.
Well,
Yeah,
yes or
I
no?
would.
Bro,
You
she
would?
will be
Because-
tough.
Everyone has a past.
Mhm.
You can't judge someone's past because their path was different.
Mhm.
Her path was different from yours, but we're all sinners, and at the end of the day, we're all sinners, and that we all did something wrong.
You're
What?
wrong.
Like, would you ever date like someone that already has like a kid?
Oh. Would
No,
you?
negative?
Would you ever date somebody that has a kid, Martin? But she's Christian.
Negative.
Answer it. Say yes or no.
I mean, these questions. I mean, they're
You will think about
they're
it.
kind of tricky because every story is different.
Why you being political, man? Just answer.
No, I mean, I'm just.
Dude, just say yes or
Because
Just
no.
say yes or
No,
no.
it's because it's not. First of all, I've never thought about it, so I can't say yes or no. Second of all, it's a tricky. It's like I
This
said,
guy is going around.
it's a tricky question
Why
because
you going around
Dodging
it?
He's dodging.
You dodging it. Why you being
it's a
political?
tricky question
Aquí te
because
otra wallet.
Martin 2020 or what?
because the stories are different. But anyways, I feel like we're getting off track.
No, we're
we're
not.
not,
No,
dude.
we're not.
No, because this
Still
is
a
real
track.
life.
Real life situation.
Like people,
I
the
mean,
viewers, everyone has
I'm
their
going to be
different
honest with you.
status.
I can't. And even the question before that one, if you will marry someone or date someone that's a convict. Honestly, those are questions I've never thought of. So, but like I said, I can't say yes, I can't say no because everything's different.
You know what? I'll say it. I'll be honest, man. I wouldn't date a prior convict. No, I wouldn't.
You
I
wouldn't?
Nah,
I
no,
would.
wouldn't.
If I see evidence that this person has truly changed,
No, exactly. If
and
she's
then
really-
yes, if she shows that she really moved on from this past, and that she's a way better person, and that situation didn't break her but make her to who she is now,
You're going to
and uses
jail,
that
Rudy.
as a testimony, then yeah.
Okay. Yeah, then yeah, I would see. Then yeah, I could see that.
Next question or what?
All right, give me the question. What's the question, man?
Rudy.
Oh.
Nah, it's fine. Forget it.
What's going on? Man?
Nah. It went away. So,
So what? Would you go out with somebody that has a kid?
are you asking me now?
Yeah, I'm asking you. No, I was. It was a general question.
Oh, it was a general question?
Yeah.
Right now, I would say no, But in the moment, I would probably change my mind.
You okay?
So it would depend on her and the situation. Because right now, it's gonna sound messed up, but I will be like, why am I gonna have to take care of a kid that is not mine? But at the same time, you have to think about the future of the kid and the girl. Like, okay, they also deserve a second chance. I'm sorry.
And okay, so let this be the last. So the question is, would you go out with somebody that's not Christian? Would you even try it?
I already did, so
You did, but would you? Will you?
I would.
You would?
I would.
That's not a Christian.
Yeah, that's not a Christian. Why? Okay, and I'll ask why.
We shouldn't. But I think I honestly go back to what I said with the other questions. It's just different circumstances and how things are.
Now I'm just playing. I wouldn't. I just wanted to like change the whole aspect of the conversation.
Take her to church, man.
Huh?
I never said I
Take her
would.
to church.
I said we shouldn't.
And the Bible does say something about that it will be harder for you to date someone who's not a Christian.
And that's why we shouldn't.
It's not like it's the same, but it's more like since your goals and her goals are totally different.
Yeah, because her goals is gonna try to
be
be to please you, and you know.
If in a Christian couple there are differences. Now imagine, like
That's a good
a
question.
Christian and a
because
non-Christian.
There's a lot of people out there, the viewers, that they like someone that is not Christian, and they feel like they can convert that person into Christianity, and they want to date them, and maybe the person likes the idea of they're open to going to church, and they want to get to know God, but then leaders are telling them that they shouldn't, that they should find someone who's inside church. What would y'all tell them?
You know what I would tell them? Invite them to church, but not to yours. As in, like, you go to your
That's
own
a good
church.
idea.
Because if you invite them to
Taking
your
a
church,
liquid.
She's
they're
just
gonna
going there
go
because
because
you're
of
there.
you. But if you know that they're going to another
That's a
church
good one.
and they're consistent, then that shows you something.
That's
But
true.
if they're like, no, I want to go with you, I want to go to your church, and they only go when you go, that's how you know that they're just playing you.
Yeah, that's a good one, because they will lose focus on the Word of God. They're just gonna be focused on you while you're there.
Well, guys, any closing comments from you guys about how to avoid or
Ya
how to
cásate,
handle
pareja.
a breakup?
What about like? What if we like say like some wise words that we learned from our past relationships?
Not
and, like, that
necessarily
will help?
past, but any wise words at all.
Or wise words. Why? Yeah. Any wise
Any
words that we
advices?
have? Any advice that we have that the viewers can, like, if you were to tell someone younger than you or your younger self, if you were to tell your younger self something, what would you tell them about about relationships in general? Like, what is one tip? Like, if there's one tip, what is one tip that you would tell your younger self?
I think
I can't stop him.
what I
The
was,
word that Mexico share every time you go to the podcast.
Hey, can you pull a girl with that shirt?
what I would say is what I would say is
Somebody said
His
no.
sister said no. Even the viewers are saying no.
what I would say is even though it's
You look good.
even though it's a noviazgo, even though it's just a
Get him from the pool,
boyfriend-girlfriend
guy.
relationship,
he's trying to
even though it's a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship, and even though it's not a marriage, try to have those aspects of a marriage in that relationship, because it's really helpful. It'll help you a lot. Don't think that, just because it's a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship, if there's a little problem, you know what? Just to get rid of this problem, I'll just break up. Don't think like that. I think it's really important to, treat it seriously, and think of the long haul. Don't just think, let's see if it works out. If it doesn't, no, think about the long haul. Think that you want for it to last long. There's a reason why you like this person. There's a reason why you started dating this person. Always think about that as well while you're in a relationship. And I go back to what Angel said, and a lot of people think it's ridiculous, but yes, it's important to think about marriage during a noviazgo, because I mean, there's no other point to be in a relationship then, And another thing too is and I have it right here, but I'm almost losing it.
He's getting crazy.
He has it right here.
Oh.
Grab it
Some
before you
some
lose it.
piojos, compadre.
Yes. don't think that y'all can do it yourselves. That y'all can work out things by yourselves. You know, if there's something going on, even if it's not a marriage, go look for advice. You know, together look for advice to your parents, to your friends. You know, and you know that can be really helpful and communicate a lot.
You're a very wise man.
Yeah.
Ask for one advice.
Soy
You give me
Salomon.
5, 20.
If only you
You
would
gave us
preach like
5
that.
advices.
Nah, I'm playing, dude.
You got something to say?
Yeah, I really like my own advice, what I just said, and I think I'll just repeat it. Like, if you like someone that's not a Christian, but if you say, oh, I really like this person, just invite them to another church and please don't fall for it. Like, if they keep telling you, oh, I want to go to your church, only when you go.
Advice, like
Yeah, that's an advice
one.
from past experiences.
So he's wrong. All right, give me another answer.
Oh, you want another advice?
Like the number one.
Give me a better answer.
Bro, you get an F.
Okay, that's
You
a
get
good
an
one,
F
huh?
on that answer.
Okay, that's your advice. Okay, I respect that.
I don't know.
No, just shut up. You give me yours.
Okay, I'll give you. Okay, I'll give
No
you mine.
compres anillos.
So, ay, compadre, me está quemando en mi propio show. Hey. So what I want to say is that I don't want to be serious on this certain subject, but whenever you take out somebody, try not to make the other person, eat unhealthy. We all
Yeah,
have
because
to.
you've been eating a lot, dude.
We all have to eat healthy. So you can't bring the other person
But you
down
said that my advice was
in your
bad.
in your eating habits. Because if one person gets big, if you get big, the other person's gonna get bigger.
You're getting bigger.
I know, dude. That's what I'm saying.
Before you continue, one last thing for me. If you break up with someone and it's easy for you to break up with someone, then you have a problem. Then that means that you don't know how to be in a relationship and you don't know how to handle a relationship. I just want to put that out there.
What if that person cheated, and it's so easy for you to?
That's a whole different circumstance. But I'm talking about for any little thing, for anything that one day I woke up and I just stopped liking this
They were
person.
just playing. They were just playing.
Or one day I woke up and all of a sudden, just because this person did something, I'm gonna break up with this person easily.
They had a revelation.
Then that means that you have a problem as well, and either you don't know how to be in a relationship or you can't handle a relationship.
Now you, Rudy.
I think one of the tips that I would say is that keep God the center of your relationship. Like if God is number one for both of y'all, your priority, and y'all keep God in the center of everything, like then everything will fall together. Like even if it's like messing up, like if you have God in the middle of everything, your situation, your life, then and your goals together, then everything will turn out good. Because if you honor God, God will honor. Dude, you just. Well, yeah. If you honor God and you keep with your relationship, then He will honor you with giving you more life with marriage with her, and it's something beautiful. But yeah.
Right.
I mean, he's right. I mean, what
guys.
can I?
That's it,
I
guys.
mean, he's right. He's right.
Well, guys, that is our last podcast for this month. Like always, make sure to go subscribe us. Well, subscribe.
Wait. Are you taking over my show or what?
Yeah. Subscribe to us on YouTube, Los Revs.
Hey, it's
Follow
my
us
show.
on Instagram. Like
I'm the
us on
host.
Facebook. Share our stuff. I think this was a really good podcast to talk
Comment.
about. Comment if you have any questions.
If
go
you have
ahead.
any fashion expertise from Martin, please let him know.
I think I'm gonna continue being like this, but
Before finishing up, I want to say something else. Would you like to announce your event?
Oh yeah.
go ahead, dude.
Okay.
Welcome.
So I'm gonna have an event with it's a youth event that we're having March the 9th on a Saturday at 6:00. I'm inviting all churches. It's gonna be in my side of town and Houston over there. But I'll have the details
Over there.
Yeah, because most of y'all viewers are from Channel View. But it would be nice, if y'all can visit us, we can fellowship.
Do you know the address of your church?
Follow their Instagram page, Fortaleza Espiritual.
Youth.
They'll
Follow
have-
us on Instagram, Facebook, like us there, and you get all the details. But I'll try to put it in the comments below. But
I don't
Yeah,
have
I'm
your
gonna
car
be-
anymore.
huh?
I used to have your car, but I don't have it anymore.
Look at that money.
It's gonna be March 9th, 6:00. be there. It's gonna be amazing. The topic's about faith, so you know if you're thinking about if you're having doubts.
Who's
or
preaching?
I'll be preaching.
Yours
I don't
truly
like
over
that.
there.
Yeah.
Yours truly.
We'll be there, Los Revs.
Those Revs will be there. But well, guys, that's pretty much it for today. Hope you guys like it, and join us on our next episode.
Well, you ain't the host.
And we'll see y'all then.
¿Te crees?
So, what do you think?